Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Rare Coins Treasures. Imagine digging through your pocket change and discovering that a simple 1979 Washington quarter dollar, yes, the same coin you probably tossed into a vending machine, could be worth up to $543,000 today. That's not just pocket change, that's life-changing wealth. But here's the question. Do you have one hiding in plain sight? Stick with me until the end, because what I'm about to reveal could turn an overlooked 25-cent coin into a ticket to financial freedom. And trust me, you don't want to miss the details that make the difference between a quarter worth 25 cents and one worth $500,000. Let's rewind for a moment. The year is 1979. Gas prices are skyrocketing. Disco is fading. And the U.S. Mint in Denver is quietly producing millions of Washington quarters. Nothing special, right? Just everyday money for parking meters and payphones. But here's the twist. Among those ordinary coins, a few quarters were struck with such rare characteristics errors, misprints, and unique conditions that they've now become collectors. Holy grails. Think about it. While most people spent their quarters on coffee, a lucky few unknowingly held onto coins that would one day be worth hundreds of thousands. Here's the fear factor: most people have already spent theirs, gone, lost forever in circulation. And that's why the survivors are now so valuable. Now, don't go tearing apart your kid's piggy bank just yet, unless, of course, you want to. Because sometimes the rarest treasures are hiding where you least expect them, maybe even in that jar of change sitting on your kitchen counter right now. Let's talk numbers, because numbers don't lie. A standard 1979 Washington quarter in circulated condition, worth only face value 25 cents, that's the boring reality. But the extraordinary ones, oh, that's where the magic happens. A rare error quarter with a double die obverse or minting misalignment that can fetch thousands. A pristine, uncirculated MS68 graded quarter from 1979. That's where we cross into six-figure territory. And at auction, one such flawless example shattered expectations, commanding $543,000 in today's market. Let me ask you, what would you do if you found a $500,000 quarter in your drawer? Pay off your mortgage, retire early, or maybe finally buy that beach house you've been dreaming about. But wait, before you start digging through your coins, you need to know the one feature that separates a worthless quarter from a million. And if you miss this detail, you could accidentally give away a fortune for a quarter. So, what makes the 1979 quarter so rare and valuable? It comes down to three things. Condition: only the sharpest, highest grade coins survive the test of time. No scratches, no wear, errors, double strikes, off-center minting, and unique flaws turn mistakes into gold mines. Collector demand: when supply is almost gone and demand skyrockets, values soar. Coins are not just rare, they're becoming rarer every single day. Collectors are buying them up, auctions are setting new records. And once they disappear into private collections, your chance to find one is gone forever. Don't let fear of missing out stop you from taking action. Tonight, when you get home, grab that old coin jar. Search your drawers, check your wallets, because that dusty quarter could be worth more than your car, your house, maybe even your retirement plan. And if your spouse catches you hunched over the kitchen table with a magnifying glass, just tell them you're not losing your mind. You're looking for $500,000 in spare change. So here's the bottom line. The 1979 quarter isn't just money. It's a symbol of hidden wealth, waiting for someone bold enough to look closer. And right now, someone out there, maybe even you, is holding one without even knowing it. The question is, will you be the one who finds it, or will it slip through your fingers forever? If you're serious about unlocking the secret fortunes hiding in your coins, hit that subscribe button, because in my next video, I'll reveal another coin even more overlooked than the 1979 quarter yet. It's selling for more than the price of a luxury car. Don't miss it, because your financial freedom might just be one coin away. Imagine this for a second. What if the very quarter rattling around in your pocket right now wasn't worth just 25 cents, but instead worth nearly $500,000? Yes, you heard me right. A single 1981 Washington quarter dollar coin has stunned collectors and is now valued at $432,000 in today's market. Now, before you laugh and say, "Yeah, right, my spare change isn't going to buy me a mansion," Stick with me, because what I'm about to reveal could change how you look at every single coin in your wallet forever. And here's the truth. People are walking away from generational wealth every single day without even knowing it, because they fail to check the coins they already own. So what makes the 1981 P. Washington quarter so extraordinary? After all, millions were struck at the Philadelphia Mint. But here's the catch: most of them are worth, well, 25 cents, but a tiny handful, so rare you could count them on your fingers, were struck with such perfection. Flawless surfaces and sharp details that collectors today are willing to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for them. One such coin shocked the auction world when it sold for over $432,000. Imagine the panic of the person who once spent that very coin at a vending machine for a bag of chips. Let's be honest, if you've ever blown a quarter on one of those claw machines trying to win a stuffed animal, you might owe yourself an apology right now. But here's where it gets urgent. Time is running out. These coins aren't just sitting around forever. Every day, more and more of them disappear into private collections, never to return to circulation. So the real question is, could one be sitting in your pocket in a jar at home or hidden in a family coin box right now? Now here's what you need to do. If you own a 1981 Washington quarter with no mint mark, that means it was minted in Philadelphia. You need to check it. Look for coins in pristine condition. Sharp strikes, no scratches, no wear. The shinier, the more flawless, the better. Because while most 1981 P quarters are worth just face value, the perfect survivors, the ones that escape circulation, those are the coins commanding life-changing prices. Think about it. $432,000 for a 25-cent coin. That's not just profit, that's a leap into a completely different lifestyle. A down payment on your dream home? A retirement plan secured in a single discovery? Or even the freedom to walk away from the 9-to-5 grind forever? But here's the warning: don't just assume you don't have it. Don't shrug it off. Because the people who find these treasures are never the ones who thought they would. And let me tell you this, the 1981 P quarter isn't the only one out there worth a fortune. There are other coins hiding in plain sight, some even rarer, some even more valuable. So before you spend another coin without a second thought, ask yourself, what if the next quarter you let slip away could have been your ticket to $1 million? Because, in the world of rare coins, every coin flip could be the flip that changes your destiny. If you want to know which other coins are selling for millions right now, stay tuned and subscribe, because the next one I reveal might just be sitting in your pocket at this very moment. Imagine this: you walk into a store, hand over a simple quarter for a pack of gum, and unknowingly, you just spent a coin worth $643,000. Yes, you heard that right, one coin, a 1980 P. Washington quarter, hiding in plain sight, could turn you into a millionaire overnight. But here's the catch: most people toss these away, not realizing what they truly hold. And if you don't know how to spot it, you could be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. Let's be honest, when was the last time you even looked at a quarter? Other than wondering if it's enough for the parking meter, right? Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, I'll show you how an ordinary-looking 1980 P mint quarter dollar is secretly worth millions. How to identify if you own one, and why time is running out to cash in before collectors snatch them away forever. And by the end, you'll discover a shocking truth about these coins that most collectors don't want you to know. To understand the value of the 1980 P Washington quarter, we need to rewind history. The year was 1980. America was changing. Inflation was high, the dollar was slipping, and yet the U.S. Mint struck millions of quarters at the Philadelphia Mint, marked with a simple P. Now here's where things get interesting. Most of those coins are worth just 25 cents today, but a handful, just a few rare survivors, carry minting errors, unique strikes, and pristine conditions so perfect that collectors are battling for them. That's why the current market value for a flawless 1980 P Washington quarter is an astonishing $643,000. That's like trading your morning coffee change for a brand new Lamborghini. Not a bad deal, right? But here's the danger. If you don't know what to look for, you could spend it at the grocery store tomorrow. And once it slips back into circulation, your $1 million ticket vanishes forever. So, how do you know if your 1980 P quarter is the jackpot coin? Look for these signs: error strikes, double dies, off-center strikes, and misprints. Condition: the closer to mint state, the higher the value. A scratch or wear could mean the difference between $20 and $643,000. Certification: coins graded by top services like PCGS or NGC often fetch record-breaking prices. And if you think these are rare, wait until you hear about the almost mythical version of this coin that collectors would pay any price to get their hands on. There's a story of one 1980p quarter found tucked away in an old cigar box, untouched for decades. When it finally surfaced, it sold at auction for nearly $750,000. Imagine finding one in your own home. But here's the truth: every day, more of these coins are lost, melted down, or forgotten. The window of opportunity is closing. If you want to cash in, you must act now. And no, don't go raiding your kids' piggy bank. Unless you want to explain to them why their allowance just bought you a mansion, here's your chance. Check your pocket change, dig through your old jars, search those forgotten coin rolls in your closet. That small, dull-looking quarter could be your golden ticket to financial freedom. And in our next video, I'll reveal the other Washington quarter that's even rarer, and it's probably sitting in someone's glove compartment right now. Don't miss out. Subscribe now, because the next coin we uncover might just be your path to becoming a millionaire overnight. Remember, fortune doesn't wait. It hides in plain sight sometimes in the palm of your hand. What if I told you that the spare change in your pocket could be worth more than a luxury mansion in Beverly Hills? Yes, I'm talking about a single Washington quarter minted in 1988, with a tiny D mark under "In God We Trust" that today could fetch over $643,000 in the right auction. Imagine turning 25 cents into nearly $750,000. Sounds impossible, right? Well, stick with me, because in the next few minutes you'll see exactly how this ordinary-looking coin has transformed everyday Americans into overnight millionaires. But before you rush to check your coin jar, let's dig into why this 1988 D Washington quarter is so rare, and why you might be sitting on a fortune without even realizing it. First, let's rewind the clock to 1988. Ronald Reagan was finishing his presidency. The stock market was rebounding from Black Monday, and Americans were carrying around quarters without giving them a second thought. But hidden among billions of coins was a handful of mistakes, errors so small that only sharp-eyed collectors could spot them. Now, here's where it gets fascinating and terrifying. Most people unknowingly spent these rare quarters on candy, bars, parking meters, or payphones. Imagine throwing away $643,000 just to make a 25-cent call. Painful, right? Honestly, if you had one of these coins back then and used it for a Snickers bar, that might go down as the most expensive chocolate purchase in history. But what makes the 1988D so special? It comes down to three things: mint errors, condition, and scarcity. Mint errors: some of these quarters were struck with double dies, off-center designs, or even missing details in Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers. These tiny imperfections, normally ignored, are exactly what collectors fight over. Condition: if your coin has sharp edges, a brilliant shine, and minimal scratches, it can skyrocket in value. Coins graded as MS67 or higher, we're talking about coins that look almost untouched, are the ones that reach six-figure values. Scarcity: while millions of 1988 D quarters were minted, only a microscopic fraction survived in top condition with unique errors. And it's that extreme scarcity that fuels the insane auction prices. But here's the real kicker. One of these coins, a 1988 D quarter, recently sold for an eye-watering $643,000. And the story of how it was found will leave you stunned. A retired factory worker in Colorado discovered one of these gems in a jar of coins. He had been saving since the 80s. For decades, it sat forgotten in his closet. When he finally brought it to a coin show, experts almost didn't believe their eyes. The grading came back near perfect, with a rare double-die obverse, and the rest is history. The man went from living on a modest pension to holding a check worth nearly $250,000. Now, let's be real for a moment. You may be thinking, what are the odds I have one of these quarters? And the truth is there. Slim, but here's the fear factor. Most people never check. They let priceless coins slip through their hands every single day. They spend fortunes unknowingly on groceries, vending machines, even bus rides. Don't let that be you. Go check your drawers, your piggy banks, your old coin rolls, because the next six-figure coin might already be in your possession. And let's be honest, if you do find one, please don't spend it on fast food. Unless, of course, you're buying the entire restaurant, because here's the reality. One coin can change everything. It can erase debts, fund your retirement, or even buy you that dream car sitting on your vision board. The only difference between those who strike it rich and those who miss out is awareness. And now you know the truth. But here's the shocking part. The 1988D isn't the only coin out there worth a fortune. In fact, there are several other coins from the late 80s and early 90s that could put millions in your pocket. And in my next video, I'll reveal the one coin that collectors say is even rarer than the 1988D quarter. A coin so valuable it makes this $643,000 jackpot look small. So don't just walk away from this video and forget about it. Go search your coins, subscribe, because in the world of rare coins, knowledge isn't just power, it's profit. And who knows, the next time you reach into your pocket, you could be holding your ticket to a wealthy lifestyle. Imagine digging through your pocket change and pulling out a simple Washington quarter, dated 1995 with a D mint mark, just 25 cents, right? Wrong. What if I told you this very coin could secretly be your ticket to over $327,000 in today's market, and some rare errors could push its value into the millions? Yes, millions. And the shocking truth is, one of these coins could already be hiding in your wallet, in that old jar of change, or tucked away in a forgotten drawer. But hey, don't go flipping over your couch cushions just yet. Let's first make sure you know what you're looking for. Otherwise, you'll just end up with lint and a couple of stale M&Ms. Because here's the danger. People throw these away, spend them, or ignore them every single day. And with each passing moment, a potential fortune is slipping right through their fingers. To understand why the 1995D Washington quarter is so valuable, we need to go back in time. Minted in Denver, this quarter was produced in massive numbers. On the surface, it's common. But here's the twist: rarity isn't always about quantity. It's about quality and mistakes. And this coin, oh, it has mistakes that have made collectors lose their minds. Let's dive into those secrets. Some 1995D quarters were struck with dramatic double dies wear. Washington's features or the inscriptions appear doubled. Others show misaligned strikes, off-center images, or rare planchette errors. These aren't defects, they're golden tickets. A perfectly preserved error coin can turn that 25 cents into hundreds of thousands of dollars. So yes, for once in your life, a mistake can actually pay off. Try explaining that to your boss next Monday. Collectors are obsessed with mint state condition coins, graded MS67, MS68, or higher by professional services like PCGS or NGC. A flawless surface, sharp details, and lustrous shine can catapult a coin's value. That's why a 1995D quarter, in pristine condition, sold for an eye-watering $327,000 a number. That still shocks the numismatic world today. Think about that for a moment. A coin worth less than a cup of coffee, transforming into a luxury home, a dream car, or even financial freedom. And here's where it gets truly insane. Ultra-rare combinations of errors plus top condition could skyrocket past $1 million in the right auction. This isn't speculation, it's the reality of coin collecting. A single coin could change your family's future forever. But before you run to cash in, let me warn you. There's a trap that could cost you everything. Too many people fall into the biggest trap of all, selling their coins to pawn shops or casual buyers who know the value but won't tell you. They'll hand you a couple $100 while walking away with your $300,000 fortune. Don't let that be your story. Don't be the person who almost had a millionaire's coin but gave it away for pocket change. Instead, educate yourself, get your coins professionally graded, connect with reputable auction houses, and most importantly, check your change today, because the clock is ticking and these coins aren't getting any more common. Imagine this. You reach into an old jar, spot a 1995D quarter, and realize it's the key to a wealthy lifestyle freedom. From financial stress, the ability to retire early, and the chance to live the life you've always dreamed of. Sounds like a fantasy. Not if you take action today. Besides, wouldn't you rather brag at Thanksgiving about your six-figure quarter instead of your pumpkin pie recipe? So here's your challenge. Tonight, after this video, grab your spare change, check your pockets, search your old drawers. That forgotten 1995 Washington quarter could be the one coin that changes everything. But only if you find it before someone else does. This isn't just about collecting coins. It's about seizing opportunities that others overlook. Because sometimes, wealth really does hide in plain sight. Don't wait. Your fortune may already be in your hands.